Greetings, everyone. Please share and tag this video. Once again, greetings. You are tuning in to Reba Broadcasting Networks, and you are live on the Reba Banks Show. Once again, greetings to all viewers, and please share this video. Now, without further delay, we're going to go ahead and jump right into today's show. So I am pleased to have with me, I want to say, internet marketing coach and Facebook advertising expert, Darien Hill of Smart Goals Marketing. Welcome.
Pleasure to meet you, Reba.
Yes,
Thank you so much for having me.
too. Awesome. So it's so exciting to have you on the show to talk about, internet marketing and how we can better advertise on Facebook. I think it's the game of life and social media and how to play it, right?
Absolutely.
So we want to play the game right.
That's right.
All right. Mr. Hill, Darien, before we jump into the show, can you just go ahead and please tell the viewers a little bit about your background and who you are?
Absolutely. Well, again, thank you so much, Reba, for having me. It's always an honor to be of service to the listeners and to be here to provide some value. But you already hear an accent, right?
Yes.
So I'm originally from Antigua, the beautiful island of Antigua. It's in the Caribbean. It's southwest of Puerto Rico. And so in 1996, I received a track and field scholarship to come to the United States. I was fortunate enough to attend the Murray State University in Kentucky, and that's where I did my marketing degree.
Wow.
And so I spent 4 years running in the cold. It was certainly different. Imagine me outside running in spandex, right? It was certainly different. But it was a great experience to have the opportunity to travel to the United States and get a marketing degree and have that experience to run here in the United States as well and earn my degree. So, and of course, after graduating in 2000, I moved down here to Orlando, Florida.
Back to the tropical weather.
Back to the tropical weather. Well, I'll tell you, this year has me a little concerned. Though.
Yes.
I wonder if we are really living in Florida.
Right, I agree.
Absolutely. So, of course, being Antiguan, coming here to the United States, looking for opportunities to start in the professional arena, got started in sales. And I was selling, believe it or not, for a perfume company. And I would literally walk up to people in the street and ask them what perfume or cologne they wear and try to sell them perfumes.
Wow, that's the true job.
Nobody's ever heard that story before. The people are gonna be shocked. But that's how I got my start, literally. And then after that, I got started in the credit card processing industry. At the time, people were shifting from actual cash to actual debit cards, and so merchants had to start the process of accepting plastic, right? Visa and MasterCard. So I was on the forefront of that industry, helping business owners get those terminals installed in their business, and of course helping them to start taking electronic payments.
Wow.
So that's how I got here to the United States, and that's how I got my start in business. Yeah.
Wow, and back to the tropical weather.
Yeah, back to the tropical
Hopefully. So
yeah.
Now, how did you actually, what made you, what started your passion with marketing?
Right. That's a good question. Being in sales for many, many years, my sales drive comes from, seeing my dad as an entrepreneur for many, many years. I actually worked in his company. He started a pharmaceutical company in Antigua, and I worked with his company for many years. So I know entrepreneurship was always going to be in my future. So after leaving college and coming to Orlando and trying to find an industry to be in, of course, like I said, I started with perfume sales and cologne sales, and then eventually got into electronic payments. Well, after being in that industry for many years, I decided, I wanted to go on my own, because I always knew that entrepreneurship was part of my DNA, right? And so I saw an opportunity to, start an independent sales organization with a gentleman, another partner of mine, and we actually started our office in Kissimmee. Right, we had a downtown office in Kissimmee, and we had about 15 sales agents. And so, having a business now, you have to figure out how to market yourself, how to advertise. And so, I believe that an investment in knowledge is one of the greatest. We pay the greatest interest, right? And so, I've always invested in myself personally. I've always, been a part of mastermind groups and really learned about what's out there. And so, I learned this process called direct response marketing. There was a great teacher and mentor of mine called Dan Kennedy. I picked up all of his books. I was part of all his VIP groups, and I learned direct response marketing. And it's through direct response marketing is how we grew our credit card business.
Wow.
And so we grew so fast the first year that we were the first African American company to win the New Business of the Year award in Osceola County. Okay, and it was a great moment for us because again we were the first, and we were making a stamp in an industry, in an area that no one has done it before, right? So we're making an impact, we're making an inroads, and so learning marketing to market my business really helped me to develop a passion for it. And of course, once I decided to leave that industry and looking for the next thing for me to do, marketing was naturally the next fit. So I saw that social media was becoming popular, and I knew that there was going to be a big disruption in the marketplace, that businesses were going to need someone to be an advocate and supporter of them using social media effectively to get real results. And because I did it in my own business, I knew I could consult and coach and train businesses how to do that as well. So that's how I got my start.
Wow. I mean, that's awesome. That's really awesome. And it definitely shows, the growth along the lines, because now you have Smart Goals Marketing, which is your business, where you help other people to market their business. Now, you're an internet marketing coach and Facebook advertising expert. Can you break that down for us? Yeah,
absolutely. So, internet marketing coach, that means I deal with everything on the internet. Now, under that is social media. Okay. So, we do provide services beyond social media. We do help clients develop a marketing plan to leverage the search engines, to develop content strategy in terms of driving traffic to their website, using video as a medium to be able to be effectively communicate with their audience and drive results. So when I talk about internet, I'm talking about the internet as a whole. But the coach aspect comes from my passion. My passion is to inspire and motivate people to unleash their inner greatness. And so, in a sense, the coach in me, that's the coaching me. That's the coaching me, right?
That's the track and field.
That's the track and field right there. And so it's part of who I am.
Right.
So that coach aspect plays into what I do, and that's really what attracts a lot of people to me, because I really love to inspire people. That's my purpose. That's my gift of value to the world, is to inspire and empower people to live a life of greatness. So that's where the coach aspect comes from. When it comes to Facebook advertising, though, is I've really developed a expertise in using the Facebook advertising platform to be able to reach a targeted group of people on Facebook. Not just reaching anyone, but really developing a strategy to reach a targeted group of people on Facebook and connect with them in a very heartfelt way, where you build a relationship and you generate leads. You generate knowability, likability, and trustability, because there's this term in the industry that people do business with people they know, like, and trust, right? And so, I'm creating my own terms: knowability, likability, and trustability. Right?
I like that.
Right?
I like that.
Right? So once you develop that knowability, likability, and trustability, then you have the opportunity to earn a sale. And so there's a process that you take people through, and I'm very good at being able to take any industry, understand who their target market is, and develop a process where you can connect with a prospect and then turn them into a sale.
That's awesome, because if you don't know how to connect with your clients, or with the people that are buying your products, or anyone like that, that it can be very detrimental to your business. Marketing and advertising is so important.
Yes.
People don't realize how important it is, because like I said, if you can't connect, then you can't connect to get to connect for you.
Exactly.
Now, what does SMART stand for?
I love that question. SMART stands for Strategic Marketing at the Right Time. Now, here's the reason why that's important. When you look at businesses today, it's very important that you have a strategy. Okay, if you're going to market successfully, if you're going to have growth in 2018, you have to have a strategy. The challenge for most business owners is that there are many tactics out there. Tactics meaning you can use a billboard, you can use traditional media, you can use Facebook, you can use a website. All these things are different tactics. You can use video. These are tactics. But having a strategy, right, meaning that you're connecting with the right target audience, with the right message, on the right media, right, so that you don't have to be everywhere. You want to be making sure that you are where your customers are. Right? You're hanging out and you're marketing where your customers hang out, right?
Yes.
So that's the first. And so strategy is important. So being strategic and marketing at the right time. Now, marketing at the right time goes to this concept called the buyer's journey. See, there are 3 different phases that every prospect goes through when they're going to make a purchase: the awareness, consideration, and decision. Think about your own self. Whenever there's a problem, maybe you're having a stomach ache, right? You realize, oh my gosh, I have a stomach ache. What? That's an awareness of a problem, right? So then you need to find a solution, right?
Right.
So you go into what we call the consideration phase. You start to consider the options. Maybe should I go to the doctor? Should I take this Tylenol pill? Maybe should I do Advil? Should I do Pepto-Bismol? You're considering all the options, right? And then once you consider all the options, then you make a decision, right? So every prospect goes through those 3 different stages. And so business owners must be able to market themselves effectively and connect with everyone in those stages. So when you're having that pain, right, in your stomach, my marketing message should be asking you questions like, are you having stomach pains? Yes, I'm having stomach pains. Good, okay. And so you're connecting with that prospect in the awareness phase, right? And then, of course, they're going to consider options. So you need to make sure you're providing the right type of content to them when they're going through those considerations, because they're going to be asking some questions. So some of the things you can do is put together frequently asked questions that they would have after they become aware of a problem, right? That would connect with them in the consideration phase. And of course, in the decision phase, what are they looking for to make a decision? They're looking for things like testimonials to validate their decision. So if you're marketing testimonials at that point when they're looking for testimonials or validation, then all of a sudden you're connecting with them with the right message at the right time, you get the result, which is a sale. So that's the process of being smart.
I like that.
In 2018.
The process of being smart in 2018. Smart goals, okay?
Right.
All right, so what is unique about Smart Goals marketing that is different from all other marketing agencies?
Well, that's great. And it comes down to understanding consumer buying habits and consumer behavior. I think when you look at other agencies, they're just trying to throw something against the wall and hopefully it sticks. We're very strategic, and it's in our name. We're very strategic, marketing at the right time. So we focus on speaking directly to the audience so that you build a relationship with them, you're connecting with them, you're providing the right type of information at the right time, or what journey they're part of, right? So that you're building that relationship, you connect, and ultimately win the business. And so that comes down to really understand buying psychology, really having an emphasis in understanding the industry and understanding the industry's customers. So we really focus on making sure that whoever we work with, we take a genuine interest in understanding their business. And I think that really differentiates us from every other agency out there. And also the fact that we have a core value that, listen, we want to make a lasting difference in the lives of people. It's not just about a transaction for us. One of my favorite sayings is that relationships are your greatest currency. Right? Ultimately. And that currency matters. And so for us, we want to make a deep connection with our clients. We want to make sure that they tell their story in a way that makes a difference. And that's what makes us different. I
love what you said about relationships. Is what direct
relationships are your greatest currency.
Greatest currency. Wow, that kind of reminds me of a saying I heard. Someone said that if they met Oprah, they would tell her they don't want any money, they just want her friendship, right? Because you can always call on a friend.
Absolutely.
But once the money's gone, it's gone.
But you know what? That is true. And Oprah has what we call relationship capital. So I mean, the reality is, you're friends with Oprah. You have a lot of friends.
You have a lot of friends. So I love that. That's the greatest currency. Relationships.
Absolutely.
So we're gonna jump right in, kind of take like a quick commercial break, but it's not technically a commercial break because we're still gonna be right on set. But we're gonna take a commercial break with Trevo. Okay, so we can kind of give ourselves a little pause. And this is some truth serum. All right, because you're on the hot seat.
Let's make it happen.
So I want your honest opinion of what you think, live on camera.
So this is the special drink.
The special drink.
I'm gonna go 10 feet tall having this drink. Are you ready?
Yes.
Moment of truth, people.
Moment of truth.
It has a hint of. Is it grape?
Yeah, it's a lot of different things. It has over 174 nutrients.
Okay.
Look, he's drinking the last drop. See, that's what everybody does.
That's a good sign. That's a good sign.
That's a good sign, right?
Yes.
All right.
No, it's a great flavor.
Yes.
I love that. It doesn't have an aftertaste. It's smooth. This is nice.
Yeah.
This is nice. Can you mix it with other things?
Yeah, you can mix it with any beverage that you like, whether it's juice or a smoothie. Yeah, you can mix it for sure.
Very nice.
Or you can just drink it straight, no chaser. I just drink it straight.
Okay. I almost feel like my I feel my muscles grew like 10.
All right, I like that. See, it's helping you build some muscle.
Yeah.
And I want people to taste it on set, because when people hear dietary supplements or any type of nutritional drink, they think, yeah. But when you taste Trevo, I mean, it's so good, it's so delicious, you want to drink the last drop. So I always say, try it on camera and tell the people what you think. So
no, you're absolutely right, because typically when you hear dietary supplement, you think of a medicine tasting type of drink, but it doesn't have that at all. It doesn't have that aftertaste.
No, it doesn't.
It actually has a great flavor. It reminds me of my grandmother used to make this thing called guava juice. You're probably familiar with that?
Yes, I am.
It has a little bit of guava juice taste from my grandmother. So yeah, that definitely sends some good memories.
Well, you heard that from Darien Hill. It sends him some good memories of his grandma. So that's what we love, all right?
Yeah,
so thank you so much for trying it.
Yeah.
And if you're interested in knowing more about Trevo, you can visit www.drinkthe2live.org. That's www.drinkthe2live.org. And you can learn all about Trevo, and even if you're interested in some more extra earning money opportunities. All right.
I'm absolutely thrilled to tell you about our remarkable nutraceutical product called Trevo. Trevo created this one-of-a-kind nutraceutical formula, masterfully combined into a delicious, highly bioavailable liquid. A phenomenal benefit of Trevo's powerful nutrients is that many of them are off-the-chart antioxidants. In addition to Trevo being the most nutrient-dense product on the market, the cost of enjoying Trevo on a daily basis is practically impossible to beat. Superior nutrition, optimal good health, and fabulous value. To learn more about the phenomenal history and health benefits of Trevo's myriad of nutritionally dense ingredients, I invite you to visit the product section of our website.
So we're going to jump right back into the show after our little commercial break, thanks to Trevo. And we're going to talk about what is the game of life and how does it apply to marketing.
Wow, I love this.
And social media. Yes.
Yeah. See, I have a governing philosophy that I've learned over the years through hard knocks. And it basically goes like this. If you want to increase your standard of living, you got to first increase your standard of giving. Right?
Right.
Okay, so when you look traditionally over the years at how companies like recording artists, how have they marketed themselves? Right? If you think about it, they've always produced great content, taken what they're passionate about, they've put it in some sort of media, or they've always looked for some form of distribution, whether it be a radio station, television station. They were giving their value for free, right? And once they gave their value for free, then all of a sudden, the consumers heard it, they consumed it, they loved it, and what did they do? They run to the store and they purchased it, right? So that governing philosophy in life is about knowing that whether it's personally or professionally, if you start with giving, if you start with taking whatever gift or value you have and sow it into people, if it's an idea, you share that idea. If you have something that you want to give to, let's say, a charity, if we start there, right, that governing philosophy in life, you'll be blessed personally. But it also applies in business. I gave one example of how recording artists can do it, right? But if you let's look at another industry. If you look at, let's say, Barnes & Noble. Barnes & Noble is a company that really provides an environment where they're giving. They give you an opportunity to come into the store. You can consume the content for free, right? But what happens? You read it, you consume it, and then you love it so much you want to own it, right? That's the process. And so you find yourself, after maybe reading a few pages at the cash register, ready to purchase that book, right?
Yeah, or a few books.
Or a few books, exactly. So what you're seeing there is a common theme.
Yeah.
A common theme that, if you have something of value, you give it, you share it. And so with social media, it's the same thing, right? If you have a product or service, okay, you want to make sure you're sharing your product and service in a way that really impacts people.
Yes.
And what stops us from being able to be really effective with marketing is the fear to share, the fear to give. The fear to give and the fear to share. So to be effective at social, it's about generating quality content, information that people can consume to get to know, like, and trust you. See, your content is your virtual handshake. If you're at a networking event and you meet someone, you go up to someone and you say, "Hi, how you doing?" You shake their hand. Your content, the information you share, the value you share, right, is your virtual handshake. It is the beginning stages of your relationship with someone. So, so writing blogs, right, is one thing. Using videos to share a message. What you're doing right now is giving value. We're adding value to the world. Someone's listening right now and they're impacted deeply by the message, right? And they're going to take this value and they're going to use it in the business, and that's going to create an impact. And so that's the governing philosophy in life, the game of life, that principle of giving and how it applies to social media, right? And so no matter what type of business that you have to look at what is it that can I start to add value to my audience? How can I start to add value to my audience? What content does my audience need to hear? And one of the things we take our clients through is to focus primarily on understanding what is their audience's problem, what challenges are they dealing with right now, right? And then craft your content to provide a solution or answer to that problem, right? So you start there. And not with, I've been in business for 50 years and look at how great I am and how many accolades that I have. That's all well and great, but there's one radio station that every consumer tunes into. You know what that radio station is? It's WIIFM. You know what it stands for? What's in it for me? What's in it for me? Right? So you want to make sure your content, like I said, is focused on them, solving their problem, and that's starts to create a rapport. That starts to attract the audience to you, right? Because you're producing information that's helpful, that's relevant, and makes an impact. Okay? So giving is that underlying philosophy. Giving, whether it be in your personal life, and also in your social media life, that helps you to have great success. And of course, that's kind of high level. We can go into more of strategy and tactics and things like that. Well, and we'll do that, but I wanted to show how the game of life, right, and social media, how it all ties together. And it's all about giving.
Well, I love that. It's all about giving, what you give.
Yes.
I love that.
Yeah.
So what are some things that people do that may cripple their social media building relationships? Right. Or how they're perceived on social media through marketing?
Absolutely. So there's something called the 3M formula, right? 3M formula. And it's about your message, your market, and your media. So you must make sure you're marketing to the right people, right market, with the right message on the right media. So if you get any of those things mixed up, or you're marketing on the wrong media with the right message, guess what? Your marketing doesn't work. So typically that's what's going on with most marketing campaigns, is why it's failing. Either they're not talking to the right people, right? They're not communicating with the right people, they're on the wrong platforms, or they have the wrong message. I just talked about the importance of focusing on your audience. So if your message is about me, yourself, and not speaking to the audience's problem, guess what? They're not going to connect with you. You're not going to build a relationship. You're not going to create any influence, right? So it's very important that you, one, speak to the right people, that you have the right message, and I call it magnetic content, that attracts people to you, and then making sure that you're on the right media. So those are the mistakes that people make, is not marketing to the right people with the wrong message on the wrong media. If you fix those, you'll have great success.
So what are some creative ideas for people that are listening and they're like, wow, I've been going about marketing myself all wrong. This is what Darien Hill and Smart Goals Marketing is for, by the way, but this is what they're here for, to help you. But what if they say, well, what are some things I can start doing right now at this moment after watching this show? What are some creative ideas I can start doing to help, better my marketing and better my advertising?
Okay, well, the first thing is to start understanding your audience, start surveying your customers, and really ask yourself the question, what is it that they need? What is it that the challenges and problems that they're having, right? Ask yourself that specific question. What are they dealing with in their life? What keeps them up at night, right? And then once you have those questions answered, then you can start to create content that addresses those problems that they're having. So for instance, let's say one of the challenges that your product serves is people who have low energy. Right? They have low energy, they feel lethargic, and so one of the mistakes that let's say someone would make is if you promote just the product itself. This is a great product, and it's bottled this a certain way, or it's done this certain way. That's great, but it doesn't address the issue that people are having. So one of the things you want to do is you want to ask the question: are you dealing with low energy, maybe fatigue? Right? You're having some challenges with fatigue. You get them saying yes, right? Because when you start getting people to say yes,
I'm saying yes, now,
right?
yes.
Right? Yes. When they start saying yes, you're getting them moving closer to whatever you're offering, right? So you ask those questions because you're building a rapport by asking those questions with your audience, right? So knowing their challenges allows you to craft a message and ask questions appropriately that will attract your audience to you. So then, of course, you can do those things through videos. Like, let's say you want to use video to talk about your product or service, right? But you're going to first of all, start off by asking a question. So, are you dealing with fatigue in the last 30 days? Are you finding that you're not getting up in the morning? Or maybe just at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, you feel like you're just, not feeling like yourself?
I love this.
Yes.
Listen to him.
Right? So as I'm asking those questions, all of a sudden you're like, yes, that's me, right? So those questions are now allowing you to really qualify the person who's going through that challenge, and they know we're going to say yes. Then you can say, this is the solution for it, right? Instead of just talking about the product itself. Something I always mention is that you want to sell the sizzle, never the steak. Sell the sizzle, never the steak.
I love that.
Okay?
Yes.
Okay? So that's one of the practical things you can do right now. Really start to understand your audience. It's the biggest thing that you can do for your marketing, because so many people just want to market to everyone. If you ask people, so who's your target market? Everyone. Right? Everyone who breathes.
Oh my God. Right? Everybody. The dog.
Right. But the problem with that answer is that you dilute your message. Not everyone.
Wow.
It's everyone who has a specific problem that my product can serve. That has a solution. So when you do that, then you really get to qualify people, because people tend to only buy products and services when they have a problem, when there's a challenge, when there's something going on, right? And so you don't want this everyone, because it won't be relevant to everyone. You want those who are dealing with a symptom of a problem that you can have a solution for. And so that's very, very important for you to make a shift on today, is to understand your audience and speak directly to your audience in a way that builds a relationship with them. Very, very powerful.
Wow, I love that. That is very powerful. And I think that's going to really help a lot of people to start getting on track with their marketing and their advertising.
Absolutely.
And if you have any questions, any concerns, you can always set up a consultation with Darien Hill and his company, Smart Goals Marketing. And I know he'll be more than happy to help you and assist you to get on track with your marketing and advertising. So now, for someone who's struggling with social media, okay, I know for myself, I am not a social media person. Now I am, because I have no choice but to be, and I'm not ashamed to say it. I could stay away from social media for months at a time, but that's not good when you have a business and you have something that you're trying to promote. You have to constantly be social. So how does someone build a strong social relationship?
Right. Well, first of all, to just remember that relationships, right, starts, again, like I said, with you focus on being of service and being of value. Right? So you always want to make sure that if you have a Facebook page or a Twitter account, that content that you're putting on your actual social media accounts really is going to be focused on your audience. Okay? The other thing is to be consistent, right? Be consistent with your posting, right?
Not just once every other day. Twice a week.
No. Unfortunately, there's so many people on, well, no, that's not unfortunate, it's fortunately, because it's a way to connect. But the reality is there's so many people on social media today that if you're not posting regularly, and of course with Facebook's new algorithm that they just came up with, if you're not posting regularly, then people don't see your content, because your content is competing with everybody else in the news feeds, whether that be Twitter or Instagram or Facebook. So you want to be really consistent with your posting, right? So make sure that you are focused on your audience and that you are posting consistently. Other thing is that you always want to be intentional about reaching out to new people, right? Reaching out to new people, right? And I would strongly suggest that today, especially if you're on Facebook, that you focus on putting just a few dollars toward the advertising platform, right? So you can find new people to bring into your network, right? To continue to grow your network. And also there is an opportunity to develop a group, right? Develop a group. And I'll give you the strategy around groups is most times someone would say, well, let me start a group, and the group will be focused on your product or your service.
Yes.
Right? You don't want to do that. You want to create a movement. Right? You want to, so for instance, your products are really, the movement is about health. It's about helping people overall to transform their health. Right? So imagine if you could create a community where it's focused on the health of a nation. Right? Developing the health of a nation. See, that's a more powerful and attractive message than just saying I'm selling a product, right? See, people want to be a part of something bigger than themselves, right? Absolutely. So if you give them that space to be a part of, then all of a sudden, then people flock to be a part of it. And of course, yes, on the back end, your products will be sponsored by, the group is sponsored by your products or your company or service or whatever. So that's one of the things that you can certainly do to be focused again on developing a movement with groups so that you can attract people to you, right? So those are some of the just quick things. There's a lot of things you can do, but just some quick things you can do right now to have great success on your social media, right?
I love the way your brain works and hearing all of your knowledge. I'm like, oh, I wish I had a notepad and pen. I'm just gonna write all this stuff down. Okay. But luckily we have it recorded, so we can always go back. I can always go back and watch it, write it down later tonight. So if you could just take a moment to give someone a bit of advice, a young person or someone that has a passion for marketing or advertising, they want to get into the field, or they want to start their own business, or they want to, increase, the revenue of their current business or get their current business going. What is some advice that you could give them?
Absolutely. I love that question because I ask myself the question over and over all the time. And so here's what I would say to any young person who's, looking to take your passion, maybe to get into marketing and really pursue your goals. An investment in knowledge will always pay the greatest interest. And so one of the key factors to your overall success in business and in life is to make sure that you focus on developing yourself. So your business will only grow to the degree that you grow. Meaning that when you personally develop yourself, you'll see great growth in your business as well. See, the one thing that will stop you, and has stopped me for many years from getting to the levels of success, whatever you define it as, is going to be one, fear, right? Fear is always going to play a huge part in your life. And so if you don't really focus on developing self, no matter how much you try to push forward towards success, that fear will hold you back. And so working on developing oneself, remembering that your business will only grow to the degree that you personally grow. So an investment in yourself is the number one thing that you want to focus on. Developing yourself, developing the power of your mind. Renewing of the mind is, to me, one of the most discounted things, and we don't hear about it. We don't hear about it as much. Renewing of the mind is so important because everything is about your mindset. Your mind drives your success and it drives your failure. Right? So it's the key factor, the underlying factor to your overall success. And then once you have that in place, once you develop oneself, once you have a relationship, with your creator, right, that allows you to move forward, then you can look at different aspects of development. So personally developing yourself, making sure that you are investing in your knowledge in marketing, knowledge in advertising, knowledge of accounting, investing in those areas. Spend time going to conferences, surrounding yourself with the right people, right? That can help to develop you, and making sure that you have an abundant mindset, not a scarcity mindset. Because remember, relationships are really what's going to drive your huge success. Truly what they say, your net worth is based upon your network. It's really true. If the more people you're connected with, if you had that open relationship, guess what? You now have exposure to a huge prospect and pool of people that would just say yes to you because of that one relationship. Right? So make sure you surround yourself with the right people. That's very, very key to your overall success. So, notice I haven't shared a lot about business per se, because I realized that in my own life, a lot of my failures came as a result of, not because I didn't know what to do, because I had a lot of knowledge in business. It's not because I didn't know what to do. It's because I was too afraid, right, to step out into my own greatness. I was too afraid to honor the gift that God had given me, right? And I was too afraid to share it because I was so worried about what people are going to think of me. And think what people are going to think of you and all that stuff is going to stop you more than anything else, right? So that working on yourself and getting your psychology right and developing oneself is the foundation upon which you will drive your success in life, and it will drive your success in business. And I'll say this last thing. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with taking one step. Life is not about perfection, right? Every time we try to wait until everything is perfect, everything is right to move forward, right? The journey of 1,000 miles begins with that one step. So take one step today. It doesn't matter if it's a perfect step. Take that one step.
Take that one step.
You know, I'll share something my coach said to me. He says, Darien, you don't have to get it right. You just have to get it going. So get it going. If you have a dream, if you have a passion, if you have something that's pulling at you to get out, get it going. Take that step and allow it to unfold.
I love that.
And that's what I would share.
Oh, I love that. I love everything you just said. I mean, because we talked about fear quite a bit, and fear is very important when you're stepping out into your purpose. You know, and the saying I love the quote is, "Fear is false evidence appearing real." It's not real. It's not who you are.
Absolutely.
But you know, we have it in our minds sometimes, that seed of fear, and it just blocks us. But we have to realize that's false evidence appearing real. We can push past that. So now, Darien, where can people, you know, connect with you? You know, your social media, your website, so they can, you know, contact you.
So you can reach me at smartgrowthmarketing.com. That's the name of the company, Smart Growth Marketing. And my Facebook page is, just to shorten it, it's fb.com/Smart Growth Marketing. So that's fb.com/Smart Growth Marketing. And if you want to reach me directly, you can call me at 321-231-3353. I don't mind sharing that's my direct line. So be sensitive with me. That's my direct line. And if there's anything that I share that inspired you and you certainly want to talk to me for 30 minutes, I do offer a 30-minute coaching session, right? We will look at your business, understand exactly who you're trying to target, and basically help you to develop a game plan. Whether you work with us or not, I'm here to serve. So give me a call.
Awesome. He's here to serve. That is just awesome. So this is today's show. The Game of Life, social media, and how to play it with Darien Hill, internet marketing coach and Facebook advertising expert. Yes?
Thank you.
So until next time, thank you for tuning in. Love you. Bye-bye.